house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes, the house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. Been practicing this speech a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Big Easy Bets podcast. I'm your host, Logan, and with me in the studio, Nick Von Brick.
What's up?
With us on the ones and twos, Joseph Ascani.
What it do?
Episode 141, the national championship is in the books. We're going to recap that, and then we're going to give you our best bets for the entirety of the NFL playoffs. But before we do that, with college football being in the books, we're turning our attention more now to college basketball. So for all of my plays of the day, you can go to the YouTube page. If you're not subscribed already, stop what you're doing and go over to Big Easy Bets TV. Hit subscribe. There you will find all my college basketball plays. Me and Nick are in the process of talking about collaborating on something in that department as well. So, what you got going on?
I've been in jury duty.
Yeah?
Yeah. Past 2 days, I sat through 3 panels. And on the last one, they selected me.
Yeah? You excited?
Look,
we're under
I
the
take it
impression-
serious. We know.
Me and Joseph are under the impression that you wanted to be selected. Because it's very easy to get out of it.
Come on, bro.
It is easy, but I didn't.
You feel like it's your civic duty.
Yeah.
And you're serving your country.
Yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
So like you're honored to do it.
Yeah. He's a little bit excited.
Yeah.
Just deep down, he's like,
I mean, I vote, I do jury duty. I mean,
that's right.
So so you had a little pep in your step when you woke up today. Like this this one's for the community.
honestly, after yesterday, I was like, oh, this is kind of a drag. And then literally I sat through, I got there at 9, didn't get let out till 6. Just hearing people say the same shit that I've heard 2 other times is like.
Yeah. It's for the community.
I mean, things should get more interesting.
If there were more people like us, there'd be nobody to do
Oh, there
jury
was
duty.
a lot of people like you scum. Just, I got to walk my dog.
Right.
I got to feed the fish. It's like, okay, dude. The judge is like, if you come in there and you just say, I don't believe in the system, I'm going to let you go.
Yeah. No,
So I'm
there's
sure
ways.
a lot of people were like,
There is
Yeah.
ways out of it. You literally almost just have to ask to leave, and they'll say, go ahead, get out of here. But because they know they have enough people like you that are like, this is you're wearing it like a badge of honor. Sir, I'm doing my time. So you'll be there for a while. Probably 2-month-long case.
I hope not.
All right, so the national championship is in the book. So the best and worst of the week this week, we're going to do, instead of what we saw in the whole world of sports, we are going to give you our best and worst, either bets, memories, whatever, of the college football season. Now that it has come to an end, it's bittersweet. Kind of feels like we've hit the light at the end of the tunnel. It is a grind. It definitely turns into a bit of a grind, but it's always the bitter of the bittersweet side as well. I'm always disappointed when it's over. All right, what was your best? Well, yeah, you might have been in jury duty, so you might not even saw the text.
I just heard it.
Okay.
So my best, like the luckiest bet I won, I guess I'll go with that. Houston.
It doesn't even have to be your luckiest, but
I mean, I would go with the Houston win.
like I said, best moment, can't say LSU
But even
beating Baylor.
the Houston win against Memphis to come from behind, recover the onside kick, and win in overtime, that was huge.
Yeah.
But then we also got kind of lucky with that Florida State win against Louisville when Travis went down. It was like that was not looking good at all going into halftime. And then what is his name? Rodemaker?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah,
Lights it up.
I went back and looked through all my notes and like trying to just I had a few in my mind, but I wanted to refresh, and it's like I remember every fucking game that I wrote down. Like every game that I handicapped and put in the notebook, I went back and was reading through it and could immediately call right back to it. My best, it was most recent, but it's got to be Tulane against USC to get the safety to even have a chance and then to drive the length of the field after getting the safety. All time. honorable mention, I do have a couple, but Joseph, you can give your best first.
Yeah, that was one of my honorable mentions too. That was just good to see as a Louisiana native.
Well, I was on Tulane, so that was
Well, yeah, I was too, but
yeah.
still,
Like
2
that
and
was
10
dead.
to
That
10
one,
and 2.
yeah, but that one was dead in the water. So
Oh,
anytime
yeah.
you can kind of get lucky like that. But yeah, what's yours?
Yeah, I thought this one was dead in the water, and I think this was good for you too. Correct me if I'm wrong. We were here watching the Purdue and Maryland game, and the over/under sitting at 58.5. I have the over. In the first half, it's looking good.
See, I thought that was Purdue and Syracuse in the Carrier Dome,
No,
That
we
was
were-
the one that I was on with
but
them.
he was on the over as well.
No.
So yes,
No, this is the one I'll watch.
I'm
All right.
90. Yeah, go
In the
ahead.
first half, it ends up with 34. Right? It's the total's 58.5. So we're like, all right, or I'm on pace. They don't score shit to start out in the second half, and then with 3 minutes left in the game, Purdue scores a touchdown to put it at 47. It's 24-23. So I'm like, there's 3 minutes left. I need 2 touchdowns. It's not gonna fucking happen. And I'm pretty sure you were on Maryland, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so.
They get a stop. We were here watching this. I do remember we were
I
here
am
watching
99%.
We were here
certain.
watching the
Purdue and
Syracuse game.
Syracuse. Yes.
Am I tripping?
And the touchdown at the end.
Oh, you had no shot.
He had the over and was
Yeah.
complaining the whole time, and I kept saying it's college football. You don't even know your best.
This is
No.
another
That
one.
might have
I
been a
just watched the
similar one,
highlights.
yeah.
Well, the
It
one that
is.
you're thinking of here with y'all both
Okay,
on
that
it,
I was on
it turned it. It
Syracuse.
was looking like it could have been a double loser, and then it turned into a double winner.
Well, we were
that's the
rooting
one.
On the
against
last
each other.
touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it happened to
Yes.
where that will all right. You're right.
Syracuse was up 10 in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
And they were
Okay.
1 point underdogs or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. And then
they hit the walk-off touchdown, basically.
Yeah, down the left
Well,
side.
Purdue came
yeah.
back and took the lead, and then it was basically done for me. But then at the end, we were rooting against each other, and then once Purdue took the lead, it's like when we both had to root for a score
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Syracuse, and it happened.
Yep.
No, you're right. That was the one I was thinking of, but this one it worked out in my favor too. I was over 58.5. There was only 47 points with 3 minutes left. Purdue gets a stop and then scores with 1:20 left. So that puts it at 31-23. It's at 54. I need another touchdown. Maryland scores with 30 seconds left,
Yeah.
and that puts it at the over.
Yeah. My honorable mention was BYU -3 versus Baylor in overtime. That was a fucking electric one. I stayed up late. I worked hard for that one as my lock of the week. We went to like double or triple overtime. Something. I think it was double overtime.
Yeah.
So that was a good one. My worst, I've got a fucking laundry list of what could be my worst. So it was hilarious to go back. I say it every year. I get fucking screwed. I listened to an old episode from last year and saying the same shit.
Yeah,
Same
you
shit.
do say.
But it happens every fucking year. I have the worst, undoubtedly, and you can't even fucking deny it. None of y'all had a loss like this. Duke and Pitt under 53. You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you about to say that that's not that bad or something?
No.
I don't know that I've never seen a worse beat than that ever. Never have I ever
Oh,
seen.
there's been worse than that.
Than that?
Yeah.
It hit by fucking like 1 point, and all of the shit that happened, it went over by 1 point, or it was like 1 or 2.
But a lot like
All the muffed punts, the penalties, the bullshit penalties, and then you have 4th and goal from the 20, and they score a touchdown untouched.
yeah, that was the main thing though to me was like how Pitt blew that.
I get it,
That's like a sure stop.
but they had the game locked up. It was pointless. They won by 2. Pitt still won. It was just meaningless.
No, they were going for 2.
Oh, that's right. They did go for 2.
The
You're
game
right.
was on the
You're right.
line,
You're
but
right. You're right.
they called timeout on 4th and 19
Yes.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And they called timeout to get the defense set up, and then the defense had a wide open guy.
Yeah.
That was like one of the they deserved to lose that game.
I understand, but to say that that's the worst beat this year, in my opinion. I mean, it was my worst, so I'm going to think it's the worst. But can you name a worse one?
I don't know.
Come on, just the
games that
whole
end
fucking-
like so like the games that end with like kickoff or onside kicks, return for
I know,
touchdowns,
but
those
4th and
that
goal
happened.
from the 20.
But the worst beats to me are the ones, the trick play laterals that end up scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, that
and I've been on the good side of that
last year.
But to me, that's the worst beat possible.
I know, but it was like death by 1,000 cuts, where it was like neither team could do shit, and then a punt inside the 5, muff punt. The guy, it wasn't even a muff. He just stood there and let it bounce off his fucking leg inside the 5. It's like if any of these 10 different things don't happen, it goes under easily. So it was multiple muff punts, multiple personal foul penalties when we're getting the ball back, and a great punt fucking inside the 5-yard line, and then they call roughing the punter. It was so many different things. It was a fucking travesty.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you were texting about it, I wasn't watching it. And then you said this is it. So I turned my TV on real quick. And I explained to Marissa.
Oh, I fucking knew it.
I explained to Marissa.
I said I had a bad feeling.
It's like, he just needs to stop right here. Like, it's very unlikely
One stop.
to score. And she's like, oh, yeah,
Oh, thanks,
it's
Marissa.
the last play of the game. Like, they should be able to stop him,
Yeah,
right?
they should.
You got to manifest more positive energy.
I can't do it.
You got to.
I can't do it.
I feel like that makes a difference.
I think it
It
does
always
too,
feels
but
like it
I've
does.
gotten fucked.
Like if you're constantly thinking
Yeah.
the whole
bad
game.
shit's about to happen.
I'm betting unders in
happens.
college basketball, or I'm betting unders anywhere. I'm betting unders in fucking college football, and I'm like, all right, slow it down. It's fucking 10 seconds into the game. I was like, we got to run some fucking clock, dude. We're not on pace. We're not on pace. Like, I'm watching betting unders in college basketball is the worst fucking thing ever, because these goddamn refs with their quick whistle. But
you just never know. Like when
it's
an
just
explosion
it's
of points could
fucking
come.
horrible. You're praying for all the worst shit to happen.
Yeah.
Misses, fouls, but not to send them to the free throw line. Like, I don't. It's fucking horrible. My honorable mention, though, that's what I'm saying. I had so many. I understand, dude. The Clemson and Notre Dame under could have been the worst one. On the same night that I'm getting fucked with the LSU Alabama under, they were both so far on pace, but that Clemson Notre Dame under block punt, fucking the pick six that if he just tackles him and doesn't let him return it 90 yards, it goes under.
What was the total?
It was not high, but there was I fucking looked into the weather. It was windy as fuck. That was an under game. The pick six, dude. The block punt. That's what they were talking about. Clemson's blocked so many punts this year. And they showed the replay. I was like, motherfucker, man. But then Stanford +9 against USC. You fumble twice on the 1-yard line. They lose by like, I think it was 10 or 12. Fucking after, I can't remember the full scenario, but a guy was wide open in the end zone. And he either missed him or they called a penalty or something. And then I think he just missed him wide open. And then the very next play, they fumble on the 1. And they fumbled on the 1 twice. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. I could go through the whole fucking sheet, dude. Sitting here 1 game under 500, getting absolutely steamrolled with bad beats. It's not, everybody says it, but I'm right. So I get fucked. All right. Do you have a worse one? I mean, it would have to be within the last 3 weeks.
I mean, dude,
it wasn't
that
going
was
too.
bad,
It wasn't
but,
going too bad.
I
No,
mean,
I
a
mean,
lot of those were just bad bets, not bad beats. The App
it
State
doesn't
one was
necessarily.
annoying.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be a
Early
bad
in the
beat,
year,
but
the first week, UNC App State, the kickoff return for
Oh, yeah.
that could be an honorable mention for the best is App State when we were in Arizona.
oh yeah,
Oh, dude.
the comeback and
Yeah.
smash.
Fucking ridiculous.
Well, I looked him straight in his eyes. I said, "You're fucked."
Yeah, I was the whole way, dude.
Yeah, no, that one sucked. The onside kick return for a touchdown. When if he would have fell down, the game would have just been over. But then App State had another chance to tie the game and send it to overtime, or did they go for the win at the end for 2?
I don't fully.
It was one of the two.
I remember
but
the game, but
it
Yeah,
almost it was the
No,
the
'cause
reason they tell you to fall down is almost came to fruition for App State.
yeah,
Because if he would have just fell down, the game would have been over. But actually, App State had another chance to win the game at the end.
yeah. Joseph, do you have a worse one?
Yeah. Not really a bad beat. It was just a bad bet. Wake Forest and Louisville.
Oh, if we're talking bad bets, I'm talking fucking TCU. That's the worst bet.
That's the only good thing about losing a bet that was never even close is that you don't lose any more money than the ones that you almost had.
Yeah. I told you not to take Wake in that one.
Yeah, man. No,
Spy call for
and
Louisville.
part of the why it's my worst is again, I know she's just, and I appreciate her. She's just enjoying the game with me and calling what she sees, but it's like, baby, just not right now.
She's trying her best.
Not right now.
I mean, she clearly jinxed my fucking.
She said, "Wow, this Louisville team's
Duke, huh?
pretty good." Like you don't say.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if we wanted to talk about worst bets of the year, TCU plus 13.5
Oh man,
was never remotely even had a chance.
58.
It was 10-7, and then it was 65-7. So, luckily, I added the over 62.5, and we go 1-1. Nick goes 1-0. But what went wrong for TCU? Okay, how about this? Did TCU belong to be there?
I don't know. I think if the playoff was expanded, they wouldn't have made the championship.
Okay, but under the current,
But they beat Michigan, so you can't deny that they didn't belong to be there. They beat who a lot of people thought was the second best team in the country.
I agree. That's the way I feel as well. A lot of people are up in arms and mad at the NCAA and this and that, and it's like
They won a playoff game.
exactly. If this score would have
And no
happened
one
against
argued that Michigan,
yeah, did they belong?
yeah, they were undefeated Big Ten champions. So no one argued that they shouldn't have belonged there.
TCU put up 50 on them. So it's like,
Do y'all agree with what that announcer said during the game, that it was a little bit of extra, juice with how close the game was with Georgia and Ohio State?
Yeah.
Yeah.
extra juice for who? Georgia?
Yeah.
Meaning they wanted to come out and prove
That they were going to come prepared.
Right.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess clearly.
I thought, yeah.
You
but-
dropped 65, and they called off the dogs, no pun intended, like in the fucking start of the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah.
So they could have put up 100 if they wanted to. No, I think TCU very much belonged. It's just, I mean, if you would have saw this score against Michigan, 65-7, they get run out, then you can say they didn't belong. Should have been Bama, whatever you want to say.
Right.
But they did. They put up 50. They put up half 100 on fucking Michigan and made the national championship. They belong to be there. They dealt with injuries with one of their best players in Kendra Miller. Wouldn't have made a fucking difference. He could have had goddamn Herschel Walker going against the Bulldogs. Wouldn't have mattered. But 65-7, good God.
Yeah.
They hit the over by themselves.
Yeah.
And they pretty much needed to.
Uh-huh.
TCU was giving
I mean,
us
that's what I was
nothing.
saying when we talked about it, because you asked where I leaned as far as the total was concerned, and I was like under. I don't think TCU is going to be able to score that much. I was right on that hand, but
Yeah.
no one saw Georgia scoring.
Well, it was it was alarming how underprepared TCU was. The coach himself talking about y'all are misaligned 8 times in the first 2 drives. It's like, were y'all ready to go? Clearly not. But what were y'all doing for preparation? Like, you got to look at the coaching staff. In my opinion.
They were super fortunate. And when you're like a team like that had a lot of good fortune over the season, they won a lot of close games that maybe they shouldn't have won, you could say. But
Yeah, definitely.
even the Michigan game.
Yeah. No, I mean, we talked about it. I mentioned it. I wish we probably, for this previous episode, we probably should have recorded a few days later. The more I've really looked into it, and because there was no reason not to. There wasn't NFL on Thursday.
Yeah.
We could have went a few days later, and I wish we would have in hindsight. I said I'm a sucker for the Cinderella story. The Max Duggan going out beating the number 1 team in the nation would have been a great story, and this and that. And it's like, but the more I looked into it, and you look at how TCU scored against Michigan, it was very low percentage plays, 5-yard crossing routes that get taken to the house by Quentin Johnson. Michigan getting the touchdown taken off the board with what we all agree he didn't possess the ball till he was in the end zone, and then they fumble on the 1. The 2 pick sixes. It was okay, because realistically TCU, I mean, the interceptions weren't on Duggan, but outside of that, really didn't do too much. And now you're going to play grown men on the other side. So it was a bad pick. TCU was a bad pick. I didn't feel, look, last year I sat up here and felt ultra confident and said this is the biggest bet of my life. I didn't say that this year. I'm not going to fucking say that every year. But I didn't feel great about this one. So this would have been the year to say Georgia was the best bet of all time, or the biggest lock of all time.
Yeah.
But yeah, 65-7 to close out the college football season.
Best team of all time.
This one? No. No, yeah. Not even fucking close, dude. They got given a game by Kent State. Missouri.
Best team of all time.
They're trying to say that this team is
They
better.
always do this at every.
I would make an argument that last year's team was better than this team. Actually, I wouldn't even make an argument. That's a fact. Last year's team is better than this team. You could say that the growth with Stetson Bennett, maybe.
Their offense was pretty good this year.
This year, yeah, but their defense was better last year.
Everybody's saying that?
Much better, because you had a healthy Nolan Smith, you had Nakobe Dean, you still had Jalen Carter, and then you had I can't remember the other dude who was on the D line.
Walker, the number one pick.
Yeah, and then you've got
Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis. Yeah, that last year's team, because a lot of the players on this year's team were on last year's team. Last year's team, head and shoulders better.
Yeah, James Cook. Did we mention that?
Yeah, Keely Ringo was still on the team. Their best
Pickens.
Yeah, come on. It's not even close. They want to talk about better than LSU.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the offense clicked more this year, so their offense to me was definitely a lot better this year than it was last year. But the defense was.
I don't know. I'm taking last year's team. That last year's defense was so good.
No, LSU for sure, because you just go ahead and look at who was in the college football playoff, the quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Jalen Hurts.
Georgia, Jake Fromm.
Clemson.
Yep. Trevor
Lawrence, Ohio State.
No, yeah, these are people
Justin
Fields,
these are
people that are
LSU,
thriving.
Joe Burrow. These are all quarterbacks that are going to be in the league for 10 years at least.
Yeah, that are thriving in the league. Fields especially has come on this year. Trevor Lawrence, same thing. Jalen Hurts is probably going to be the MVP of the league. It's like, and it wasn't just that they beat them too. I mean, that's what's crazy to me is they're like, oh, is this Georgia team the best team of all time? They were a field goal away from not even going to the fucking. A lot of people are saying it.
They always bring it up.
Well, that's why I put on Twitter. I said, when you're the team that everybody's comparing themselves to,
I'm gonna be honest. I think 2019 LSU's the best football team of all time. I think 2019 Alabama's the second best football team of all time, and then I think 2019 Clemson's the third best football team of all time.
A lot of people
that's a whole fucking another can of worms. But
I think those were the best teams.
Everything I see is 0-1 Miami.
Because you look at.
Well, yeah, that was
That's what everybody debates with LSU. That's what everybody brings up for LSU.
You look at the receivers Alabama had, then Tua,
yeah,
then the players on defense that they had.
Too, yeah,
it's like, but who's the Cowboys guy now?
Trevon Diggs.
Yeah, he was on that team.
He got burnt like fucking toast against Jamar Chase.
Of course he did. But no, just look at LSU. LSU alone, you can make an argument that Burrow's the best quarterback in the league.
Yes.
And then there's the undoubtedly
top two wide receivers went to LSU on the same team. Yeah,
that's not even an argument that Chase and Jefferson are the
Clyde
best.
Edwards-Helaire was a first-round draft pick and a good running back. Understand the system he's in, he's not going to contribute a ton. But yeah, Terrace Marshall's a formidable wide receiver with the Panthers. Yeah. It's
defensively too.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got Delpit, you got Stingley, you got who was doing well in Houston until he got hurt. Yeah, Chase on. You got contributors everywhere. Patrick Queen, Rashard Lawrence even found himself on the Cardinals. Fehoko found himself even the players that weren't even that fucking good. Racey McMath's on the goddamn Titans.
Yeah,
Racey McMath was the ninth best wide receiver we had.
Yeah.
No, it's not even close. It's not even comparable. This Georgia team was a field goal away from not even playing in the national championship. When did LSU get even given a game? They got given a quarter by Clemson. Blew the fuck out of Georgia.
Yeah,
and then Oklahoma, especially Oklahoma with Jefferson.
That was the only close game, Auburn.
Yeah, but the fact that you played a close game in the college football playoff, you should have potentially lost if your kicker didn't fucking melt under the pressure. LSU, I remember watching it in awe. Against Oklahoma, they could have put up 100. And then against Georgia, same thing. When Burrow did the break the tackles, roll out to the right, and find Justin Jefferson down the right sideline, it's like, oh, y'all can't fuck with us.
Yeah, who was even in the college football playoff this year? Quarterbacks.
This year, J.J. McCarthy, Max Duggan, Stroud,
Bennett,
Stetson.
So Stroud's the only NFL quarterback.
Yes.
That's going to...
Yeah. And then when we were there, you had Burrow, number 1 overall pick. You had Jalen Hurts, probably going to be the NFL MVP. Trevor Lawrence, who is leading the Jacksonville Jaguars, rejuvenating the franchise, also number 1 overall pick. And then who was the other one?
Who did we say?
Georgia, right?
No,
that was the SEC
Fields.
championship. Justin Fields. Yeah, spare me with that, dude. That's what I'm saying. You want to get? They got to play TCU. Come on. I mean, I was on them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and be like TCU was a slouch. But after watching the game, not even close. Shouldn't even be on the same field at least last night. So, it's not comparable. They're the best team of all time. You literally have, like you said, arguably the best quarterback in the NFL, number 1 overall pick, mixed with undoubtedly the 2 best wide receivers in football. In NFL football, the 2 best wide receivers on the fucking planet were on the same team 3 years ago.
Well, I would say undoubtedly the 2 best in all of football.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Not undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, who would you
It's not even a
consider?
question.
I mean, there's a lot of receivers in the conversation. Maybe not a lot, but
Who's
I'd
better?
put Devontae Adams in the conversation.
no.
I'd put Tyreek Hill in the
Fuck
conversation.
no. Tyreek Hill?
What?
Over who? Which one?
Tyreek Hill is
Jefferson
top 3.
Tyreek
is-
Hill is just fast.
Jefferson's
three in
the
receiving
best
yards.
I don't. Yeah, because he's fast.
receiver, regardless.
You should be fast as a receiver.
There's no
A
argument.
pure wide receiver, though, can do everything. Tyreek Hill can't even hold Justin Jefferson's nutsack when it comes to route running. He is
saying-
the best route runner that I've seen.
I wouldn't say undoubtedly.
And then Jamar Chase is the perfect mixture. He is the prototypical mixture of speed, size, route running, and ability to catch. He is that's the perfect wide receiver, in my opinion. Because he can fucking take it yards after the catch and take a hit as well. Justin Jefferson's a little undersized, but even he goes up and mosses the shit out of people. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Tyreek Hill's just a burner.
I think he's a good receiver.
So would you think he's better than either one of those two?
I mean, no, I don't. But I'm like I just said, I don't think it's undoubtedly. I can understand someone conversation for mentioning Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is still elite. Did you see the catch last week? Diving catch.
But Justin Jefferson, it was not out of the question for Justin Jefferson to break the record.
Justin Jefferson's the best receiver in football. I'm not
on the planet.
disputing that right now. I'm
Yeah,
not.
and Chase is the second best.
I mean, that's fair.
That's what I'm
all
saying.
I'm saying is I don't think it's undoubtedly.
1,800 yards on 128
It is
catches.
undoubtedly.
I don't think.
Well, yeah, I feel like when we all come to a consensus at the table, that's undoubtedly. Are the other ones in the conversation of being top 5? Of course. But number
I could
1 and 2 are
understand
locked
someone
up.
saying that Devontae or Tyreek Hill is number 2 right now.
Over Jamar Chase.
Yes.
I don't know. Jamar
I
Chase
can.
came in fucking
No one
day
would do that.
1.
There's a bunch of people that
To
would
see-
do it.
but
Not
what it-
one
but-
GM, if they could trade Jamar Chase for Devontae Adams, not one person would do
Well,
that.
we're not talking about GMs.
You have to take age into account, though.
We're not talking about GMs.
But he's saying the best.
you said
but
undoubtedly the best wide receiver, the 2 best wide receivers right now.
so why would a GM?
Why wouldn't you want a better
the
player?
best wide receiver?
I'm not saying that a GM wouldn't take
and,
those 2.
and definitely not Tyreek Hill.
He's saying, but yeah, the point is the GMs are going to pick, because they put the best players on the field, they're going to pick the best wide receivers on the planet. No GM's taking Tyreek Hill over Jamar Chase.
That's fair. And I could understand someone argument that say they would.
I mean, I
think he's
get
an
they
elite
did
level,
fire.
that level.
I get what you're saying. I'm not saying he's not an elite
And
wide receiver.
I'm not even saying more Tyreek Hill. I'm saying Devontae Adams.
Yeah, same thing. Devontae Adams is a stud, but he's not the best. He's not. I understand you can make an argument if you're a pro Devontae
If
Adams.
Devontae Adams,
guy,
to me, if he's on either the Vikings or the Bengals, he's putting up the exact same numbers.
Nah, they throw him. He wasn't putting up those numbers with Aaron Rodgers.
Derek Carr had the most interceptions in the NFL this
That's
year.
fine, because he threw it to fucking Adams every single time. I get what you're saying. I understand. But he
Adams is
didn't.
a little one-trick pony, dude.
What we saw.
Please, dude,
don't
he's
get
such
me
a
wrong.
fraud.
Devontae Adams is a stud.
He is. He
One-trick
doesn't have
pony.
the
His
one
route
of the
running.
best
His
route
route
runners
running's
in the
pretty.
NFL.
He's a good. Look, he doesn't have the
When you're gonna compare him to
The,
Justin Jefferson, is where
the what?
you're gonna say.
yards after catch that either one of those players have.
So?
Well, that you can't say so though. That's a factor.
Jamar Chase is just as good as a route runner as
And
I
Jamar
don't
Chase
think
is
so. I
that's
think
a big.
Devontae Adams is a better route runner.
Oh, I don't
think
know.
Devontae
they do
Adams is-
close to the same thing, except
think
Jamar
Devontae
Chase is just
Adams-
more explosive.
I think Devontae Adams is the best route runner in the league.
Okay, but you're a pro Devontae Adams guy, possibly because you had him on your fantasy
What?
team.
Why wouldn't I be pro Jamar and Justin?
I understand.
I'm an LSU fan.
I mean, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Devontae Adams is no slouch. That's what I'm saying. He's got 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns this year, but 100 catches. Like I said, Derek Carr throws him that bitch every fucking time. Justin Jefferson has 128, 1,800 yards, 8 touchdowns. when you got Thielen on the
Kirk
other
Cousins
side.
throws him the ball every fucking time too.
Yeah, but he's got Thielen. Who else is catching the ball in Oakland or L.A. or no, fucking Vegas? Jesus, where
Vegas.
are they? Not Waller, because he hadn't been there all year.
Yeah.
He hadn't been there all year.
Yeah, but so what?
So what do you mean?
What'd Chase end up with?
1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, and he
on
missed half the
87
fucking
catches.
season.
Yeah, he still went over 1,000, nearly double-digit touchdowns.
That's fine. All I'm saying, to me, I could understand someone's
T. Higgins
conversation
is better
by
than
not, by
fucking
not
Adams.
saying undoubtedly.
You're definitely slighting Devontae Adams a little bit.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm
Devontae
taking
Adams
T.
is so
Higgins over
nasty.
fucking Adams and Tyreek.
But you
Yeah,
have
right.
to look at it from kind of the standpoint that he said of no GM would take them. So that means that on the planet right now, the two most sought-after wide receivers are Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
Okay.
If you were starting a team, would you take Devontae Adams over either one of them?
Right now?
Yeah.
Me personally?
Yes.
No.
Okay, there you go.
Case
But you said
case closed.
It's not case closed. Because if somebody came in here right now and told me they
Well,
would,
we can't go
I would
by
say,
ifs.
I understand.
Anybody out there listening, if you want to give us a pitch on why you feel like, if you agree with Joseph, go ahead and let us know why. Message us wherever.
Yeah, we gotta do a poll.
Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, we'll put a poll out there, something. If you agree with Joseph that Devontae Adams is the best wide
Yeah,
receiver
you'll
to ever play
rephrase the
football.
question somehow or another in your way on the poll.
Hey, I'm not-
If you were a GM, would you take these two? That's what Joe would put on there. Because
Well,
that's what the conversation was.
No, we're gonna put best wide receiver.
Yeah, who's the best wide receiver in football?
Are you asking me?
If you had
No,
to pick two
that's the
and leave
poll.
one out, who would you leave out?
Yeah.
I would leave out Devontae
No,
Adams.
he's not asking you. He's telling you that's what the poll, something along those lines.
Yeah, there's going to be some people that put Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill above some of them. That's
No,
why I
yeah,
said it's
no,
not
I'm
undoubtedly.
not saying that there's not people that don't know football.
Exactly why it's not undoubtedly.
Well, it is undoubtedly.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. All right. Case closed. We will. All right, we'll move on to the NFL recap. So I had a frustrating week in
Me
the
too.
NFL. So Jaguars -6.5. They win the game. I think they won by 4. They should have covered this number. I don't know if you watched. Trevor Lawrence missed multiple throws, multiple throws. They should have covered this number easily. The Titans couldn't do much on offense, but the Jaguars just kept leaving points out on the field. 4-point win, so we lose there. My lock of the week were the Dolphins, though, and they get it done. An even spread. You got to pick them. We take the Dolphins, and we don't even get a touchdown, and we still win. So I felt like the defense had to show up, whether it was Teddy or Skylar Thompson. I definitely was hoping we could get a little bit more production other than 3 field goals and a safety.
And even if you got it at 3.5, you still covered.
Yeah, so I gave it to you at a pick 'em. This did grow to 3 and even 3.5, which is the perks of listening to this podcast. You can get the numbers in early. It looked like that was going to matter until the Jets went with the backyard bullshit and started lateraling, and then next thing you know, the ball ends up in the end zone. Looks like it's going to be a touchdown for the Dolphins, but they go ahead and deem it a safety. Either way, if you got it late and you took the Dolphins 3.5, you got a lucky cover. So got to take it where you can get it. I'm the best at giving out NFL locks in the last 4 weeks, last month.
Yeah.
Another one. Eagles -14, and it's just registering in my brain that we did not recap the final records for college, so we will do that. We'll do both. Eagles -14, same situation here. They let the Giants hang around. They wanted to get cute and fucking do these trick-ass bullshit plays. This one was extremely frustrating. Multiple opportunities missed. Jalen Hurts turning it over in the red zone. Well, there was a backdoor touchdown by the Giants. They end up losing by 6 points. We were covering the number, I want to say, in the fourth quarter, but then the Giants scored 13 points in the fourth quarter when they scored 3 points in the first 3 quarters. So we lose out there. And then Lions +4.5 on Sunday night. I gave Nick the opportunity to flip. Second ever flip opportunity handed out. First one was to Joseph. He rightfully so took it, cashed in. We offered the same to you. Not so lucky. Anything to say?
No.
No? Lions win outright as 4.5-point underdogs. They send Aaron Rodgers home, and they possibly retire him as a Green Bay Packer. What did you have? Because you didn't write it down.
I had Packers.
Okay.
Lost. I had the Patriots as my lock, +7.5. They lost by 12. And then I had the Dolphins.
2 kick returns.
Yeah.
So that didn't help. But the Dolphins were a good bet. So 1 and 2 for you. Did you update? Probably not.
No, I'm 29
I updated the
and
college.
24 and 3.
All right, Joseph, you had the Lions as well. We were both on it. It was your lock. Seahawks -6.5. What'd they win by 3?
Yeah.
Chargers -3. This turned into one of those you got burned by. They didn't really need it.
Yeah, and DeAndre Carter fumbled.
Yeah,
tie
but
the game.
would that have been the difference?
It's possible.
You said to tie the game?
Yeah.
And then Titans Jags under 40 cashed.
Or no, to put him up by 4. Never mind.
Okay. So I go 2 and 2, brings me to 48, 48 and 1, 11 and 7 in my locks of the week. Nick goes 1 and 2, brings you to what?
29, 24 and 3.
29,
8 and 8
24 and 3, 8, 8 and 1 in his locks of the week. And then Joseph goes 2 and 2. Did you update?
Yeah.
30, 40 and 2, 5, 6, 10 and 1 in his locks of the week. College football, the final standings for college football. I go 1 and 1 on the national championship, brings me to 82, 83 and 4, 9, 10 and 1 in my locks of the week. Nick went 1 and 0, obviously, with the big win on Georgia, 78, 67 and 6, and an astounding 16, 3 and 1 in your locks of the week.
Yeah, and 2 of my losses come from starting quarterback getting hurt in the first quarter,
One being UAB
and the other being Bowling Green.
in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Can't give you that one. I'll give you UAB. You win against Jerry Kill. You win against the family.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
you got.
yeah.
But yeah, do you have anything to say other than that for a 16, 3 and 1 in your locks of the week? Put the camera on him. Tell everybody. Tell everybody what's on your heart.
What am I supposed to say?
Anything? You go 16, 3 and 1. You don't want to.
Yeah, isn't that good? No, and then Ohio State. I mean, dude, they would have smashed Michigan in a rematch.
more.
That was the other. That was the third loss.
Yeah.
But I did get lucky with Houston and even that Florida State game that we talked about at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, 16, 3 and 1 is pretty good. That's 16 out of 20. Give me a percentage there.
What is
80%.
3/4.
80%. Not what? No, yeah, 80%. Yeah. 16, 3 and 1.
It's 4/5.
Yep.
4/5.
80%.
But one was a tie, so it's really slightly over 80%.
That's true. So Joseph just had TCU 47, 51 and 1, 10 and 8 in your locks of the week. I would say it's a commendable.
I'm proud of my second half of the college football. I think I learned along the way.
No, yeah, this shit's
Because
hard.
I started out I've been good in my locks, the past couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think I started out in my locks in college football I'm pretty sure I was 6 and 8, and I pulled off 4 straight here to finish it out. But I started the season 2 and 13, and I finished just below 500. I'm starting to get it a little bit.
It was a good recovery for sure. Yeah, no, the shit's hard. We prefaced it with this is Joseph's first year doing this. Obviously, first year consistently coming on the podcast. So we said kind of take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. But yeah, no, it was definitely a good second half in comparison to the first. So there you go. That is our updated records for, what is this, year 4?
Yeah.
Year 4 of college football on the Big Easy Bets podcast. And we are not done, though, so we will turn our attention to the NFL playoffs. We're going to pick every game for you as we do every year. First one being, let's see here, Saturday, 3:30 p.m. on Fox. Seahawks, 49ers. The Niners are 9.5-point favorites. Over-under currently sits at 42.5. Does anybody have a lean?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I mentioned it already. My lean is the under 42.5. Weather.
Okay. Well, yeah, you mentioned it to me off air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be raining the whole game.
Okay. So even with that being said, I am going to take the 49ers in this one. The last time these two teams played, it was a 21-13 road win for the Niners, so they went to Seattle and walked out with an 8-point win. Seattle didn't find the end zone until 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter in that game when San Francisco didn't really give a shit. I think they were up 21-3 at that point. Little to no success on the ground for the Seahawks in that first matchup, and I expect that to be more of the same, even with
Kenneth Walker
kind of getting things going. I don't care. Geno Smith only had 1 scramble for 18 yards. He didn't provide too much with his legs there. This has kind of been one of those Cinderella stories for the Seahawks. Geno Smith broke Russell Wilson's passing record. A complete turnaround, kind of a comeback redemption story for Geno. So you gotta kind of tip your cap to him. But I think the 49ers defense is, I don't even think, they're the best defense that's remaining in the NFL. Best defense in the playoffs by far. Brock Purdy has impressed me, but they have a good enough team around him that he doesn't need to light it up. The acquisition of Christian McCaffrey is not getting enough shine, in my opinion. That was a Super Bowl move by the 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey did not make the Pro Bowl, by the way.
Well, he was hurt for a good portion.
Yeah, but Tony Pollard and Miles Sanders over him.
Yeah, Miles Sanders, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy because he'll have games with fucking 5 yards.
Yeah.
Give me the Niners, -9.5 at home. I think the public money is on the Seahawks. I don't give a shit. This defense is for real.
Oh.
I'm going to take the Niners -9.5. What are you thinking?
I'm laying the points here.
With the
Taking
Niners?
not 49ers at home.
Okay. Yeah, I just feel like it was one of those seasons. Nobody saw this coming for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Not to the extent. Making the playoffs first year without Russell Wilson.
It's
Come on.
interesting how many divisional matchups there are this week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, two teams familiar with each other, so that worries me a little bit about nearly a double-digit spread. So, but yeah.
No, public's all over San Fran, from what I see.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I meant. I don't typically like going on the side with the public. If it's heavy at least. But yeah, so I'm laying the points with the Niners. 7:15 on NBC, Chargers and Jaguars. We have a pick'em currently. Actually, no, I'm sorry. You can find a pick'em. You can find 1 point in favor of the Jags. I'm sorry, 1 point
In favor of
yes.
Chargers.
Yes. 47.5 points on the total. Joseph, go ahead. I know you feel relatively strongly about this one.
Yeah, you said pick 'em?
I see a pick'em. I see +1. You can find either one.
Well, yeah, give me the Chargers and a pick 'em.
Okay.
I think this will be Justin Herbert's year. I think he emerges here in the playoffs. He can put up some noise. Might even make a run to the AFC Championship. He's got some hoops to jump through. Don't get me wrong with Buffalo, Cincinnati.
When you say he can put up some noise, what do you mean?
Like top 5. Kind of noise.
Top 5 noise.
QB.
Did you mean numbers?
No, put up some noise as like people will start talking about him in higher regards.
Okay.
Because I still think a lot of the public and people, like stupid ass analysts all over TV,
No, he gets
have a lot of
disrespected.
doubts
Yeah,
about Herbert, and he is a solid quarterback.
No, yeah, he certainly gets disrespected. He's one of the. I don't know that I'd put him top 5, but I'd probably put him. He could possibly be top 5 off the top of my head.
Oh yeah.
I'd probably put him in that 6 range. Real quick off the top of my head, give me Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, in no particular order. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. Maybe who's
You're not
even
putting
fucking
Lamar over
Oh,
Justin Herbert.
hell no.
I would take Herbert over Hurts.
Me too.
I mean, Jalen Hurts has been pretty fucking good this year.
Yeah, as a
This
quarterback though, I want Herbert.
So yeah, I guess I'd put him. That's what I said. No particular order.
If they were just to draft all the quarterbacks.
So yeah, he would fall in the top 5.
But
He-
that's what I mean about putting up some noise.
I feel like you're trying to make that into a saying. I thought you meant to say he's going to put up some numbers.
I guess it sounds
and then
weird
you
because
said
put
noise,
up-
but then you doubled and tripled down on it.
Yeah, I mean maybe
'Cause you said
sorry,
he's gonna put up
Mr.
top 5.
fucking grammar police.
Well,
I
no,
should have
no,
said
I-
make some noise. Sorry.
Okay, but then you said he was going to put up top 5 noise.
Well, what I mean is, fuck
That's
you.
that's what I'm saying. You come on.
No, really. But like you're saying, I think a lot of people might put other quarterbacks above him.
No, yeah,
I think he gets disrespected.
He does.
Um,
Yeah, I agree.
mainly by analysts, I guess I'm referring to.
Well,
but
it's the Emmanuel Acho bullshit.
that shit pissed me off, man.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. If we haven't all figured that out by now, there's way too many people that are getting paid to give you their opinion that don't have a goddamn clue what they're talking about. Emmanuel Acho being one of them.
But like that's what I mean. If they win this game, I really think they could do something against the top teams in the AFC, and they might make a run.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about this the other night, and I looked into this with I looked pretty deeply into this one. I understand that you think he could be a top 5 noisemaker in the league.
Okay.
I am going to take the Jaguars at home. +1. I
one?
think that it is. Yeah, you just kind of shop
Yeah, yeah.
around. You can find. I checked FanDuel earlier today.
Yeah, they got it 1.5 on
I saw
FanDuel.
1.5.
1.5. Ring it up. Okay, so reason being, I completely agree that. I mean, I just gave you my top 5. Justin Herbert would find his way in there. I don't think that this is the year that. Well, one, I said it in stone, and if he loses this game, I look so fucking smart. I said he's Phillip Rivers. When we were breaking down quarterbacks, I said he's going to be a really good quarterback that never does much. Exactly what Phillip Rivers did. Highly respected quarterback. It was never on Phillip Rivers, really, but never really did much in the postseason.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he can't. It's still so early. If he loses this one, if he loses this game, people are going to come for him and say he's not the guy and this and that. Some people will, which is ridiculous.
Whatever, we'll take them.
Fucking right. Oh, my God. But they want Sean Payton. They don't want to win this game. They know they're not winning the Super Bowl. What's the point of winning this game if you're going to go lose next round? Just lose this one. Jaguars got the juice. They got their coach for the future, Trevor Lawrence. At home, the defense is playing well. There were so many points left out on the field for the Jaguars last week that I feel like the wide receivers, the 3 wide receivers that they brought in free agency are
Playing great.
their best top 3 contributors on the field weren't on the team last year. So Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, and then
Zay Jones.
Zay Jones. So, and then Travis Etienne, they have guys on the offensive side. I think they have the better defense than the Chargers. Chargers are, so Mike Williams is questionable, more than likely will go. Rashawn Slater as well, the offensive tackle, is projected to come back. I'm taking the Jaguars. The home field advantage is a big factor here for me. I think that this is the year that the Jaguars get one. They'll lose next round, but they have a lot of momentum to build on. Whereas the Chargers, it was like, are they going to fire their coach? Sean Payton, is he in the mix? He's at the game on Sunday night. I just feel like I don't see the Chargers doing much. If they win this one, they'll lose next round. I don't see them making a deep run. Could totally be wrong, but I'm taking the Jaguars here, plus 1.5.
Yeah, I agree with Joseph that if they win, they could make a deep run, but I don't think they're going to win. So
Jaguars are good. Trevor Lawrence has just got to play a little bit better. It's not for lack of receivers getting open. He's just got to make the throws.
yeah, and he's been in a lot of all these players have been in big games, but as far as he was in the college football playoff all 3 years at Clemson.
Yeah, the moment won't be too big. I don't think it's going to be too big for Herbert either.
Didn't lose until the LSU game.
Yeah.
All throughout high school and college.
That's massively impressive.
But I think that just having that big game experience, even though it was at the collegiate level, is a little bit beneficial here where Herbert really didn't.
Yeah.
So,
This is going to be a sneaky, very good game.
and then like you
I
said,
agree.
everything good about the Jaguars. I mean,
Yeah.
they're an
Yeah,
up-and-coming team for sure.
I've been saying for the past 3 or 4 weeks, I like Lawrence a lot. Like
I was
like
very
seeing him
critical
do
over
good.
him. And, I mean, he didn't fucking silence my critique last week, but he's definitely having a good season. So I think Doug Peterson, that is a home run of a hire.
Oh yeah.
Compared to Urban Meyer, what he's able to come in to pick up the pieces 9 and 8
Right.
and go and in the playoffs, massively impressive. We interviewed him, I believe, gave him a fake interview, and then we just hired fucking ass clown Dennis Allen. All right, we go to Sunday, 12 p.m. kickoff, noon kickoff. Dolphins and Bills. Bills at home, 9.5-point favorites. The total sits at 46.5. Yes.
9 on FanDuel.
Okay. So, yeah, you can shop around.
Right.
All right. I will go first. I don't feel super strongly about it.
This is my least favorite of the week.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay. I am going to take the under 46.5 here. Short and sweet. I'm taking the under. I doubt Tua plays. If it's Teddy Bridgewater or Skylar Thompson, either one, I don't like the Dolphins' chances. If it's Skylar Thompson, I hate the Dolphins' chances of scoring any points. We just saw them against the Jets. They won the game, didn't score a touchdown. The Dolphins' defense is night and day when they're at home or on the road. They're much worse on the road. The Bills, obviously, we know they have a lot to play for. They're kind of re-inspired with the Damar Hamlin situation. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bills. No, I'm sorry. I'm taking the under, 46.5. I think that the Dolphins, I completely just fucking went to another planet right there. I think that the Dolphins offense is going to struggle just like last week. The defense is going to know for them to have a remote chance, they're going to have to show up big time. And then the Bills defense is just good. I don't see the Dolphins finding the end zone very much, especially if it's Skylar Thompson. Give me the under 46.5.
On this one, I lean. I don't know, dude. This one's hard because you don't know who's the quarterback. But I kind of lean the Dolphins here.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had to pick a side, I mean, it's so hard. Because it's like, I would lean the Dolphins as well. It's a lot of points. The Dolphins were looking like they were one of the best teams in football. Tyreek Hill also, though, banged up with the ankle injury. I don't know if, I doubt he misses time, but it's a nagging injury that's been giving him trouble. He was limping and came out of the game for a good portion last week in the second half, too. So that's something to monitor.
And the Bills have a good secondary.
Yeah, but they're hurt in the secondary, too, though. Jordan Poyer, I believe.
Jordan Poyer's back, I think.
Is he?
Did he play last week? I could have sworn
I thought he was on IR.
Maybe. I thought he played last week.
I could totally be wrong.
Because they're good when he's in, dude. Jordan Poyer's a
he's very good. Let me see. I'm pulling it up right now. I'll be able to tell you in a second. It's Micah Hyde. I'm sorry. Micah Hyde is on IR. Been working out at the side with other players that are also on IR.
But no, I'm pretty sure you're right, though. Jordan Poyer was out for a good bit of the season.
He was,
returned.
but he's back, yeah. I want to say Micah Hyde is still on IR as far as I can tell here.
Tre'Davious White.
I know. Just think about how much better they could be. Von Miller, tearing his ACL.
Yep.
DeMar Hamlin, I want to say he was a starter. So, no, he wasn't. No, I'm sorry.
He came in when one of the other guys.
Yeah. Once Micah Hyde went down, he was starting. So they're down 2 safeties in the back end.
Yeah.
So that's something to monitor there. Even with that, I'm taking the under.
Yeah, this is like what you talk about. It's a blessing and a curse. We do it so early because
you don't have a
anything
ton of
on
information.
Tua.
Yeah.
That's why the spread is where it is. If Tua plays, I'm sure it moves down to what, like 4.5 maybe?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think Tua plays. I think Tua's done for the year.
Yeah.
The 3 concussions, if he comes back in and gets another one, the NFL knows they would have a serious problem on their hands.
Right.
So I think Tua's done for the year.
Yeah.
And what's the significance? Like, Bridgewater's just banged up.
He has a dislocated finger on his throwing hand.
And he has a knee problem as well.
So the finger it's been a couple weeks with the finger, at least 2.
That was against New England 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks on the finger. Even with Teddy Bridgewater, though, dude.
Yeah.
He's kind of a shitbag.
Yeah. He didn't do anything
but
for
you
me.
could,
But Skylar Thompson
I feel like they could maybe get the run going a little bit and kind of, if Bridgewater's the quarterback, they definitely have a better chance.
Mostert got banged up, too.
And what about Wilson?
Wilson's in. He's back in.
Yeah, Wilson's fine, but Mostert had a big play in the last game.
Yeah, you got to remember the last time
that
these
went a
two
long
teams
way to
played
win it.
was in Buffalo in the snow, which I did not see coming. Miami played a good game and hung in there, 31-29.
All right, Coach Mike McDaniel indicated that the thumb injury Mostert suffered Sunday against the Jets is serious. It's the most recent report. Skylar Thompson, undisclosed, picked up some bumps and bruises, so he'll be fine if need be. I'm sure. They have a laundry list of injuries here, but I don't see Bridgewater on the injury report, which is interesting.
He'll probably be the same as last week, available in a backup role.
Yeah. So
And this is a playoffs, though.
Yeah.
I mean, last week was the playoffs too, though, because they needed a win.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just going to take the under.
I'm gonna go ahead and risk it with the Dolphins.
Okay. What are you on?
I'm gonna go with the Bills -9.
Okay.
Like you said, I think they got a little bit of extra juice right now with DeMar, and last year's playoffs with the way they lost to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think they're gonna forget that with the playoffs coming around this year, and I don't think they'll take their foot off the gas. It's a big number, but I think it's there for a reason with Tua being out. And
yeah,
I like
mean,
the Bills
these
here.
double-digit numbers, it's like almost like a cardinal sin in my eyes to take, which it's not double digits, but it's right at that number. Because to win, I guess you would need double digits.
Right.
It's like even Eagles -14. I think every double-digit number that I took this year, except we took the Eagles when they played the Texans, and the Texans covered, and I didn't want to do it, but y'all were all on it, and I did it, and I shouldn't have. Dude, I think if you find 14 plus, and you just bet the underdog, you're going to cover a substantial amount more than you'll lose. It's the playoffs, so it makes it a little bit more difficult here.
Yeah.
I would probably lean the team getting the points, but there's just so much uncertainty. Tyreek Hill, is he going?
Mostert.
Yeah, and then obviously, Mostert, their leading rusher. And then the quarterback, there's so many issues on that side. So, I don't know. Give me the under. All right, 3:30 on Fox. Giants and Vikings. Vikings are home. 3-point favorites, 48.5. The total sits at.
Another good one.
Yes.
I like this
And
game.
I'll tell you right now, much like New Mexico State, I'm going out the same way I came in, and that is with the Giants +3. The Vikings are the best worst team in football.
Yeah.
The Vikings are 13-4. And you can make an argument. They're 8-1 at home. And you can make an argument that they're not good. And you could also make an argument that they're great.
Yeah.
They're the biggest enigma in football. Give me the Giants +3. Their backups nearly beat the Eagles. That's about all I got.
This is my lock.
Oh, okay.
I'm also on the Giants +3.
That's fucking right.
I like Daniel Jones.
Daniel
man.
Jones
He's
is a winner.
tough.
He's a winner.
Yeah.
He just is.
He's a tough guy.
Saquon Barkley is going to have fresh legs. You got no-name wide receivers out there going to have fresh legs. I like Brian Dabble a lot, to be quite honest. I think he's a very good coach. And finally they find their guy. Remember when they had McAdoo with that slick back? I saw an old picture with his hair slicked back. And
a lot of clowns.
He never wore his hair like that ever, though, until he became the head coach. He's like, all right, here we go. Now it's Brucey's time to shine. He looked like a damn moron. All right, so we'll come back to
Locks.
Nick's pick there for the lock. Ravens and Bengals, my lock.
Okay. I'm going to lay the points with the Bengals.
Okay.
As am I.
Okay. Short and sweet. Any particular reason other than the fact that we love every player on that team, basically?
Yeah, I just
The two
think
most
they got the
important?
best players in the league.
Well, I mean, you do have to mention.
I really do think T. Higgins is like
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's very good.
He's elite.
top 5 wide receiver in the league.
You could definitely make that argument.
Yeah, I mean, one catch for 7 yards last week for sure.
Yeah.
Where's Devontae Adams?
Huh?
I said, where's Devontae Adams?
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
No, but are we not going to talk about Lamar Jackson or is there?
well, okay,
any-
yeah. So I'll get to it. I don't have. It's my lock.
It's your lock.
Is
Let's see-
Lamar
let me look it
playing?
up.
I see reports like he's putting shit on his Instagram, which means nothing to me. Where somebody was like, "We need you," and he just like reposted it or something.
Yeah.
He hasn't played in a month,
Yeah.
so there's obviously contract issues going on there. They have 7 other poor man's Lamar Jacksons as backups. Just go down the list.
Yeah.
Every scrambling quarterback that can at least throw the ball forward, they'll go pick up. Tyler Huntley, Anthony Brown. They had another one. They had somebody else too that was just like a Tyler Huntley clone, I felt like.
Yeah, unclear. Everything is unclear.
And then they had Trace McSorley.
Yeah.
But it's like, he's getting invited to the barbecue. So it's like he's definitely in that mix. Yeah, I'll come back to it.
Okay.
So all right, Monday night. Gonna be a good one. Dallas, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's 2.5-point home dogs. The total sits at 45.5. I'll let you go first.
You know what I'm going with?
Yes, sir.
Oh, please.
I'm going with the Buccaneers, man.
Who are you taking?
This is my lock.
Oh, my God. Give me the Cowboys. What are we doing? What are we doing, dude? We've done this all fucking year. We fell for this stupid trap with this dumb moron Tom Brady. We've fallen
What
for
you
this.
mean every year?
No, I'm sorry. All year. All year we've fallen for this trap.
Not me.
All year. They
You
are
might have
5.
said all year. I don't even know.
I think I did. And now I'm thrown off. They're 5-4 at home. I'm pulling up their schedule. I'm pulling up because he found Mike Evans
It's
against
Tom Brady.
Damn right.
They just lost to the Falcons without their starters. He played the first drive though. But what? Because he got his mojo back with Mike Evans against the Panthers.
Oh yeah.
The last 3 games: Falcons, Carolina, Arizona. Arizona 19-16. Oh, I just didn't even mean to flip off the camera. 19-16 against the Cardinals in overtime. 30-24 against the Panthers. Their defense isn't even playing that good against shit teams. And then 30-17 they lose to the Falcons. It's inexcusable.
But it's playoffs.
I understand it's playoffs, but this motherfucker is old. He's washed up. He's a has-been. What is he? He's got 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. They can't run the football.
Yeah.
They can't run the football.
And he'll be a Saint next year.
That's a story for another. That's a conversation for another day. But right now, he is a washed-up has-been.
Did they play each other this year?
You get caught in this every time they play the Cowboys. Maybe not this year, but definitely last year.
I rode the Bucks to a Super Bowl when
They did play the Cowboys at the start of this year, I want to say. Wait, no, maybe not.
Yes, they did.
was that the game
No, they
where
didn't.
they were brutalized?
Wait, yes, they did. They won 19-3.
Yeah, was Cooper Rush in? No, that was still Dak Prescott.
Yes. Many moons ago. Dallas is going to come out ready to roll. This is I just don't see it. I don't understand. I'm not sold on what they did against Carolina because he started throwing deep balls to Mike Evans again. Micah Parsons is going to fuck Tom Brady right in his ass. I'm staking my claim on that.
I don't trust Dak.
Pardon my language. Yeah, but it's like, dude, if the Cowboys lose in the first round again,
It's what they always do.
I know, but it's like eventually they're not. And it's now. If there was ever a year for Tom Brady, he has a losing record for the first time in his career. And what do you think? You got him going to the NFC
Well, the
Championship
games
game?
aren't over yet.
Well, in the regular season.
Yeah. And what's his postseason record look like?
Yeah, that's fine. What's his age look like? I don't see it. I don't understand that. I'm not falling for this fucking trap. I'm just not. Dallas might beat him by 3 scores.
We'll see. That'd be embarrassing.
He's been getting embarrassed all year.
I know, but
35-7 to San
new
Francisco.
season.
35-7 to San Francisco. They can't pick up 1 yard. 4th and 1, they're going to get stuffed.
Yeah.
All year. They lose to Cincinnati. They lose to the Browns in overtime. I was on that one. Baltimore they lost to. They lost at Carolina 21-3 without the quarterback. 41-31 to the Chiefs. I don't know. I don't know. This could be one where I'm definitely wrong, but the fact that y'all are on the same sides, I love that. I love that. I almost made this my lock. So it could come back to bite me. Who knows? Maybe they come out and he fucking does it again. But it'll be some bullshit.
Yeah, I think they're going to the NFC Championship.
Stop. Are you going to bet them to win the Super Bowl then? And you can hedge it.
No, they're going to lose to
The Eagles?
Philly.
You think you got Philly going to the Super Bowl?
It could be. I think it's going to be Bengals and the Bucks. Now that I think about it,
I would love that so fucking much because I hate Tom Brady. And I have a 28-1 Bengals ticket. That would be the most electric Super Bowl ever.
it's
I'm
going
not
to be
even
like
kidding.
passing of
They
the
would
torch
shit down
to Burrow.
they would shit down Tampa's fucking throat. They would shit down their throat. They will not get there. They will lose this game. Dallas, if this game was in Dallas, which is what we were talking about at the national championship, I thought it was. I was like, I'd have Dallas laying a touchdown. I would. If it was turf and the guys could get after Brady a little bit quicker, that'd be better. The grass field might slow him down a little bit, but Micah Parsons is going to be on his back all game.
You think they get Keyshawn Vaughn involved?
No, why you trying to cash those cards? Those things are coasters. Yeah, give me the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys -2.5. Road favorites in the playoffs. Ring it up. All right, we will move on now to the most important bets of the week, our locks for the NFL playoffs, and I will go first. It's not even up for debate. Give me the Bengals -6.5. The line might be moving, but I got 6.5 today at home. Lock it in. Cincinnati. I don't care who's playing quarterback for the Ravens. If Lamar Jackson's back, good, great. I do not give a shit. These two teams know each other well. Joe Burrow's the best quarterback in football. Jamar Chase is the second best wide receiver in football. You can make an argument, though, for the best wide receiver in football. Give me the Bengals. I think the Bengals are back. They're rolling. This whole second half of the season, really, honestly, since I placed my bet on them at 28-1, I don't think they've lost a game. So the Ravens are in utter turmoil. Even if Lamar plays, I don't think he will play. I don't think he will. They're not going to win the Super Bowl. What are you coming back for? Like a fucking tryout or something? If it's Tyler Huntley, the Bengals might win by 100. So give me the Bengals. -6.5 is my lock of the week. What about you?
Mine's Giants +3.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Going out
I
the
mean,
same
y'all
way we
said
came
it.
in. Yeah, the Vikings are the best worst team in football. They're plus minus all of that. They shouldn't even beat
tough
us.
because I kind of thought about taking the Jags, but as my lock, I mean, but I ended up going with this one just because I feel like it makes the most sense,
Yeah,
insofar as it doesn't make the most sense.
exactly. No, yeah, I mean that's how you basically exactly that is how you should figure out
Who
what
to
to
bet
bet.
on.
Giants have grit. They've got heart. They've got moxie. They got a lot of 4-letter words. All those ones that matter. Heart obviously is 5-letter word.
The Giants should be able to move the ball, so that's key here.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins struggles in these. It's not prime time, I guess, but when it's time to win football games, Kirk Cousins does not. So hold down Justin Jefferson. Saquon Barkley will be able to kind of run rampant. I know Dalvin Cook got banged up in the last game. He did come back, but good chance he gets hurt. Gets hurt all the fucking time. Yeah. Run it up with the Giants, +3. Joseph, what is your lock of the week?
Bucks +3.
Yes. I don't
I'm with
see
you.
Where did you see a 3? I don't even want to give y'all the
FanDuel.
3. I don't think you deserve the 3.
I'm with Nick on this one. Yes, I can see the Bucks in an NFC Championship.
What?
Yep.
Okay, I'm
But I don't know the layout of the playoffs right now.
It's
but
2.5 on FanDuel.
But I would say against the 49ers, not the Eagles. But I don't know how it's like who plays who if who wins.
I think they'll probably have to play the
They'd have to go
Niners if
Yeah.
they win.
Okay.
So they wouldn't. Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Who's the Niners? Are they? Yeah, they would end up playing. It all depends because
Okay, let's have
Philly's going to get matched up with the lowest remaining seed.
let's have an honest and dead ass
Right.
serious discussion. What have they shown us? I'll ask you. 'cause
They have not shown us anything.
So why do you feel like
You
that
can't wait
Tampa-
to be shown.
Yes, you fucking
No,
can.
you can't.
Yeah.
That's how you lose.
What do you mean?
You got to guess what's going to happen.
Right. Right.
Oh man. So that
I'm
makes no
spot on
sense.
right now. I'm spot on with Rodgers.
If we just went off what's been happening, we won't never win.
What do you mean?
You got to guess what's going to happen.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, so what? Okay, so why the Cowboys haven't been really winning?
Yeah, they have just last week.
Yeah, against the backups.
The
No,
Cowboys have
no. They
been
lost
winning.
last week.
That's what I'm saying. You said the Cowboys haven't really been winning.
Yeah, they just lost to the Commanders.
That's the only one that they've been losing.
So you can't go by what they've been doing.
Yeah, but I mean,
they didn't
they've
give a
looked
shit
good.
about last week.
I mean, I don't know why. They were
It's
playing for the
Tom
number 1
Brady.
seed.
No,
Or no,
'cause
they were
the
playing for the division. They were playing for the division. If the Eagles would have lost, which they nearly fucking, I mean, they didn't, but it was a game, kind of. They didn't cover.
Yeah.
They played their starters, let's put it that way. So the Cowboys also played their starters.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, NFL, struggling all year.
And
Playoffs, he
that
shines.
call, no.
Yep.
No, this is going to be like his last game with the Patriots. Pick 6 to walk it off. See you later.
He might win the
Goodbye.
Super Bowl again.
Yeah, if he does, dude. If Tom, it's bet it, bet it.
Okay.
Go ahead,
All right.
waste that money.
All right, I'll put $10 on it.
Oh God, you'll win fucking 1,000.
Yeah, at least.
All right.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really, if y'all are being dead ass serious, you really think that Tom Brady can go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck? I don't get that at all.
It's like betting against Michael Jordan.
No, it's fucking not. When he was on the Wizards,
Even the
when
Wizards.
he was on the Wizards,
Even the Wizards. A lot of people
Number
were saying.
45.
come on,
Don't
number
fuck.
45.
Isn't that what he was with the Wizards?
No, he was 23
with the Wizards.
with the Wizards.
Oh, I thought he was
Everyone
switched up.
still feared Mike on the Wizards.
Not really.
And everyone still fears Brady.
Not really.
That's right.
They all disrespect him because they think he's a bitch because his wife's fucking
yeah,
a jiu-jitsu instructor.
Whatever.
Dude, I don't see it. I don't know. They're 4-12.
He
against the
sacrificed
spread.
too much for this.
They're 4-12 against the spread. Come on.
Which
Oh,
tells
he
you
was
something.
he was 40.
It tells you they're not good against the spread. They're not even good at home. They're 5-4 at home.
That's what I was thinking of. Michael Jordan was number 45 on the Birmingham Barons when he played in the outfield.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Then he wore 45 when he came back to the Bulls for a little bit.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of too.
Like that first season back. Yeah, he definitely didn't wear. Okay, whatever. I don't understand the Tampa, that shit with Tampa.
You will.
I really don't.
Once
What
this
do you
week's
mean,
over
dude?
with.
Micah Parsons is gonna fucking dude. Oh God, I don't understand. They're 8-9.
Dude,
They
you
don't
took
even
them.
have a positive record.
You've
I
been
know,
taking
but-
Oh, I've
them
been
all
betting them all
year.
fucking year. I learned my lesson.
That's why you
Remember.
feel the way you
No.
do right now.
No, I've learned my
You got a
lesson.
grudge against them killing you all year.
Yeah, you said something like, I keep getting baited into betting these bastards.
And it ain't happening anymore.
Yeah. Remember that text?
This is the week.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
I mean, you get blown out by San Francisco. You lose to Cincinnati. You barely squeak out a win against the fucking Cardinals without Kyler Murray. You barely squeak out a win against Carolina when it takes 3 fucking deep ball touchdowns to Mike Evans. And then you lose to the Falcons. It's y'all's
Yeah.
funeral.
Chris Godwin might have 10 catches for 200 yards.
I'll bet you that he doesn't. Yeah, that's crazy. That is fucking crazy for y'all. We'll come back to it.
Oh, shit.
All right, to recap, I got the 49ers minus 9.5. I have the Jaguars plus 1.5. I have the Dolphins and Bills under 46.5. The Giants plus 3. The Cowboys minus 2.5. I almost want to do a lock flip, but I won't. My lock of the week is the Bengals minus 6.5.
49ers minus 9.5. Jaguars plus 1.5. Dolphins plus 9.5. Giants plus 3 as my lock. Bengals minus 7. And Buccaneers minus 2.5.
You just did that in like slow motion.
Yeah, I don't have any notes
Plus.
here. I've
Plus.
been in jury duty.
Plus.
Plus what?
You said minus 2.5 for the
Yeah,
Bucks.
minus plus, I don't care.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'll,
Tease it the
I'll
other
play an
way.
alternate line.
Tease it.
I'm going to play an alternate line. Minus 7, but $1.
Oh, my God. I'll take that bet with you straight up.
Yeah, well, you're going to take me getting good odds?
No.
Oh, yeah, of course you would take that.
Yeah, if you feel that confident.
But I'm
about it.
going to play the alternate line and get better odds.
But if you feel that confident about it, I'll do it straight up with you. Minus 110.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going Seahawks 49ers under 42.5. Chargers in a pick'em. Bills minus 9. Giants plus 3. Cincinnati minus 6.5. And my lock of the week is the future Super Bowl champions, the Buccaneers plus 3.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Dude, I hope Tom Brady gets both of his legs snapped like twigs now. And I hope he goes out like Anakin Skywalker crawling up the fucking hill.
We need him next year.
Just because y'all want to be dumb.
I would take Rodgers.
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
That is our best bets for the wild card round of the NFL playoffs. Any questions, reach out to us. We'll give you our honest opinion. Episode 141. You got anything to say before we go?
Adios, mi amigos.
Anything?
Good luck, fellas.
All right, episode 141 is in the books. Like I said, all of the college basketball picks, head over to the YouTube page, Big Easy Bets TV. Hit subscribe. You can also find the podcast there as well. Still plenty of football left. And then obviously the Super Bowl, which I'm jacked up for.
yeah.
We won't be seeing the Buccaneers there, but we will be handicapping all the prop bets and just the best part of the Super Bowl. But until then, we got to go ahead and see what happens this week. So go subscribe. Y'all have a good one. Who dat?
The house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. I've been practicing this a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.